In a world that celebrates overnight success, we often overlook the quiet power of starting small. But here's the truth: every great story, every incredible achievement began with a humble beginning. It's not about where you start, it's about where you're going. The first step, no matter how small, is what sets the stage for everything that follows. Ladies and gentlemen, we often underestimate the power of humble beginnings. We hesitate to start because we think it's too small, too insignificant, too slow. But let me tell you this: the size of your beginning does not define the size of your destiny. Starting small doesn't mean staying small. It means you're brave enough to start. It means you believe in something greater than your current circumstances. Think of the tallest tree. It started as a tiny seed buried beneath the soil, unseen and unnoticed. It took time to sprout, face storms, droughts, winds, and pressure. But with every challenge, its roots dug deeper. Its foundation became stronger. The same goes for us. Our early efforts might not be flashy, they might not get attention. But that's okay, because while the world is watching loud success, real transformation happens in quiet dedication. Every big dream, every legendary story, every successful person you admire today started somewhere. And that somewhere wasn't always glamorous. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job. Steve Jobs built the first Apple computer in a garage. J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter on scraps of paper as a struggling single mother. Priyanka Chopra faced massive criticism when she entered Hollywood. But she didn't let a small start in a new industry hold her back. They didn't wait for the perfect opportunity. They created it. Success is not born. It is built brick by brick, day by day, step by step. And often it starts with just a whisper of an idea, a flicker of a dream, a moment of decision. But most people never move forward because they fear starting small. They worry about what others will say. They compare their chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. And in doing so, they paralyze their progress. But here's the truth: greatness isn't in where you start. It's in your resilience to keep going. It's in your ability to build even when no one's clapping. It's in your courage to keep showing up even when the results are not visible yet. It's in how you treat your small beginnings with pride, passion, and purpose. You want to write a book? Start with one sentence. You want to build a business? Start with one client. You want to transform your life? Start with one habit. You want to become a better person? Start with one better decision. Small doesn't mean weak. It doesn't mean meaningless. Small means focused. Small means you're laying the foundation. Don't be ashamed of small beginnings. Wear them like a badge of honor, because one day, those very beginnings will be the story that inspires someone else to rise. Starting small teaches you discipline. It teaches you patience. It teaches you humility. And those three things, they're non-negotiables for lasting success. We live in a world that celebrates instant fame, overnight success, and viral moments. But the truth is, anything that rises too fast without deep roots usually falls just as quickly. That's why starting small is a gift. It gives you time to build character before the spotlight hits. It gives you time to make mistakes, to learn, to evolve. When you're starting small, you're close to the ground. That means you feel everything deeply. The wins, the losses, the rejections, the breakthroughs. And in that depth, you discover who you really are. You learn to appreciate the grind. You become unstoppable. Not because it's easy, but because you've already faced hardship and kept moving forward. Starting small also filters out those who are not serious. Anyone can say they want to succeed, but only a few are willing to start from scratch and stick with it. The truth is, most people quit. Not because the goal was impossible, but because the journey was humbling. They weren't ready to be a beginner. But if you're brave enough to be a beginner, you're already ahead of most. Your journey is not about speed. It's about direction. It's about growth. You can be moving slower than others and still be going farther because you're building something real, something that lasts, something that matters. It's not about making a big splash. It's about making consistent ripples. The ocean is full of tiny ripples that eventually become waves. You are that ripple, and one day you'll look back and see how powerful you really were. The best things in life don't happen overnight. They are the result of many small, consistent efforts compounded over time. Don't let pride get in the way of your progress. Some people wait for the perfect conditions, the perfect opportunity, the perfect team, the perfect resources. But here's the truth. There's no such thing as perfect timing. There's only bold action. Use what you have. Start with where you are. The people who win in life are not the ones with the most resources. They're the ones who are resourceful. Every small win is a step forward. Celebrate it. Own it. Stack those wins. You don't need to go viral to be valuable. You don't need applause to be advancing. Real growth is invisible in the beginning. Just like a seed underground, you won't see much at first, but something incredible is happening beneath the surface. And if you keep watering your efforts, nurturing your goals, protecting your peace, you will rise. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Every step matters. Every setback is a setup. Every slow day is a training ground. So don't rush the process. Respect it. Because the longer it takes, the stronger you become. When your time comes, and it will, you'll be ready for it. You won't crumble under the weight of your success because you built the muscle to carry it. There's power in obscurity. There's strength in the struggle. Use this season to grow, to become, to refine. Let others laugh. Let them doubt. Let them mock your small beginnings. But you stay focused. You stay hungry. You keep building. Because when your breakthrough comes, it won't be luck. It'll be legacy. You don't need the approval of the world to begin. You need your own belief. You need your own commitment. You need your own fire. Stop waiting for permission to dream big just because your start is small. Some of the most impactful people in the world started with nothing but a dream and a relentless work ethic. And so can you. Your story is not about how fast you got there. It's about how real you were while getting there. It's about how many times you stood back up, how you believed in the vision even when nothing around you supported it, how you dared to start even when the world told you it wasn't enough. That courage, that decision to begin, is what sets you apart. It's what makes your journey uniquely yours. No one can take away the resilience you've built in the process, and no one can replicate the growth you've experienced. The world may not see it now, but every small step, every challenge you overcome, adds to the incredible strength you're developing within yourself. When others are still waiting for the perfect time, you're already putting in the work. When the noise gets too loud, you stay silent, focused on the work that needs to be done. When others choose comfort, you choose growth. Even when it's uncomfortable, that's what makes the difference between someone who just wants success and someone who will achieve it. It's not about external validation or praise. It's about the quiet, unspoken victories that build the foundation for everything else. Everyone loves the idea of an overnight success. We glorify the stories of those who seem to have made it instantly, forgetting that most of the time, those people have spent years building their foundations, failing, learning, and growing in silence. Overnight success isn't real. It's the result of years of quiet preparation, of countless hours that nobody saw, of grinding when no one was watching. But we've been conditioned to believe that success should come quickly, easily, and without struggle. It's why so many people quit before they see results. What they don't see are the sacrifices, the learning, the mistakes, and the resilience it takes to truly succeed. The reality is that success that doesn't have the weight of time and effort behind it can be fleeting. Anything that rises too fast can also fall just as quickly. Those who embrace the process of slow, steady growth are the ones who will have staying power. They understand that greatness is a marathon, not a sprint. And the deeper your roots are, the higher you can reach without fear of collapsing under the weight of your own success. It's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. And the journey is where the real growth happens. While the destination is important, the lessons learned, the resilience built, And the character formed along the way are even more valuable. Every step you take is shaping you into someone capable of handling everything that will come your way in the future. This journey of starting small, of building from the ground up, is what teaches you everything you need to know about success. You learn to be patient. You learn to understand that the small wins are just as significant as the big ones. You learn that success isn't something handed to you. It's something you earn day after day by showing up, by putting in the work, and by staying true to your vision. The process of growth itself is transformative. And if you allow yourself to enjoy the ride, rather than constantly focusing on the end goal, you'll find that the journey itself becomes the reward. In a world obsessed with speed, there is an often overlooked truth. It's not how fast you go, but how consistently you show up that truly matters. It's easy to be dazzled by those who make it look effortless, who seem to rise with lightning speed. But what people don't see is the behind the scenes work, the sacrifice, and the mistakes that occurred long before the success was ever visible. The truth is, speed without consistency is unsustainable. Speed without roots will only get you so far before it crumbles. Consistency is what builds the foundation. It's what makes your success sustainable. Think about it. If you work on your goals consistently, no matter how small the steps are, eventually you'll reach your destination. But if you're constantly looking for shortcuts, rushing the process, or getting distracted by what others are doing, you'll never build the kind of lasting success that can weather any storm. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and remember that every small step forward counts. Keep moving in the right direction, even when it feels slow, because over time, those small, consistent actions will lead to massive growth. Patience and persistence are two of the most important virtues on the road to success. It's not enough to just start, you have to keep going. And that's where most people falter. They give up too soon because they don't see the immediate results they want. They compare their journey to others who seem to have found instant success, and they believe that something is wrong with their progress. But the truth is that success is not immediate. It takes time, it takes patience, and it takes the ability to keep going even when things aren't moving as fast as you'd like. Persistence is what keeps you going when the path is difficult, when the challenges seem overwhelming, and when it feels like no one is noticing your efforts. It's the quiet determination that makes all the difference. Every time you push through a setback, every time you choose to keep going instead of quitting, you're strengthening your character, your resolve, and your capacity to succeed. Those who succeed aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who refused to give up, no matter how long the road seemed. In life, setbacks are inevitable, but it's not the setback that defines you. It's how you respond to it. Every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. It's a chance to grow, to learn, and to push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. Most people view setbacks as failures, but the truth is they're simply part of the process. Without setbacks, we wouldn't have the opportunity to build the resilience and character needed for long-term success. Every time you fall, it's a chance to get back up stronger. Every time things don't go according to plan, it's an opportunity to learn a valuable lesson. The road to success is not smooth. It's full of twists and turns, detours, and unexpected bumps. But the key is to keep moving forward. The people who succeed are the ones who are willing to use their setbacks as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. When you learn to embrace setbacks as part of the process, you'll find that they can propel you forward, not hold you back. No one can walk your path for you. It's your journey, and it's up to you to believe in it. Self-belief is the fuel that will keep you going when external validation is scarce. There will be days when no one acknowledges your effort, when no one seems to believe in your dreams, and when the road ahead looks uncertain. During those times, self-belief becomes your greatest asset. It's the inner voice that tells you to keep going when everything else tells you to stop. Self-belief doesn't come from external validation. It comes from within. It's built through your actions, your consistency, and your refusal to let doubt hold you back. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who trust in themselves, even when the world around them seems uncertain. They believe in their vision, their abilities, and their capacity to achieve what they set out to do. And as long as you hold on to that belief, you'll continue to move forward, one step at a time, until you reach your destination. Having a growth mindset is one of the most powerful tools you can have in your journey towards success. A growth mindset is the belief that you can learn, grow, and improve through effort and perseverance. It's about understanding that failure is not permanent. It's part of the process. When you have a growth mindset, you view challenges as opportunities to learn rather than obstacles to your success. The most successful people in the world have a growth mindset. They understand that they are always evolving, always learning, and always improving. They don't let failures or setbacks define them. They let them refine them. If you approach every situation with the belief that you can grow from it, no matter how difficult, you'll begin to see setbacks not as failures, but as stepping stones toward your ultimate success. The process of building something meaningful takes time. It requires patience, persistence, and unwavering commitment to your vision. In a world that celebrates fast results, it's easy to become impatient. But true success is not about how fast you go. It's about how deeply rooted your foundation is. Think about the tallest buildings. They don't rise overnight. They're built layer by layer with careful planning, attention to detail, and the right foundation. Your journey is no different. You are laying the foundation for something that will last, and that takes time. Every small step you take is another brick in the wall. Every challenge you face is another opportunity to strengthen your foundation. When you focus on building something meaningful rather than focusing on instant success, you give yourself the time and space to create something that will endure. True greatness doesn't come from rushing. It comes from patiently building something that will last a lifetime. The most important part of the journey is trusting the process. It's about having faith that every small step, every decision, and every action is leading you in the right direction. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, even when the results aren't immediate, trust that the work you're putting in is building something greater than you can see right now. Every effort is a seed being planted, and one day, that seed will grow into something incredible. The process of growth is not always glamorous, but it's always meaningful. Trusting the process means having faith in the work you're doing, even when it's invisible to others. It means enjoying the ride, not just focusing on the destination. And when you look back, you'll realize that the journey was just as important as the destination itself. The strength, the resilience, and the character you've built along the way will be your greatest achievement. Trust the process and enjoy every step of the journey. Every great achievement in life begins with a small decision. We often think that the big wins are what matter, but the truth is, it's the small decisions that lead to the bigger ones. The choice to wake up early, to work when no one is watching, to push through when you feel like quitting. These small decisions, day in and day out, compound over time to create the success you desire. It's easy to dismiss the small decisions as insignificant. After all, they don't seem to have the same immediate impact as a big win or a major breakthrough. But these small, seemingly inconsequential decisions are the building blocks of your future. They shape your habits, define your character, and set you on the path towards success. You might not see the results right away, but trust that every small decision matters. One decision to keep going, one decision to improve just a little every day adds up over time. The beauty of small steps is that they are often less intimidating. The idea of climbing a mountain can be overwhelming, but breaking it down into smaller steps makes it manageable. The same applies to achieving your dreams. When you take small, manageable steps, the task at hand doesn't seem as daunting. Over time, these small steps lead to big transformations. The impact of these small steps is far greater than you might realize. Each step is a building block that, when added together, leads to monumental progress. And here's the thing, each small step you take, no matter how insignificant it seems in the moment, is a victory. Each victory compounds, and before you know it, you'll find yourself much closer to your goals than you ever imagined. It's not the size of the step that matters, it's the consistency. Small steps taken every day lead to massive change. Starting small is a journey of self-discovery. As you work toward your goals, you'll uncover strengths you didn't know you had, and you'll learn more about yourself than you ever thought possible. The process of growth is not just about achieving success, it's about discovering who you really are. Each obstacle you face, each challenge you overcome, helps you learn more about your own resilience, your determination, and your ability to adapt. Through this journey, you will realize that success is not just about what you achieve, but about who you become along the way. You'll grow stronger, more confident, and more capable of handling whatever life throws at you. And as you discover more about yourself, you'll also learn to embrace the uncomfortable moments, the failures, the rejections, and the setbacks, because they're all part of the process that shapes you into who you are meant to be. The most successful people are not the ones who took shortcuts or skipped steps. They're the ones who built their foundation slowly and steadily, brick by brick. They knew that without a strong foundation, everything they built would eventually crumble. The process of building something great takes time. It takes patience, hard work, and a commitment to laying each brick with care. Your foundation is what will hold you up when the storms come. It's what will keep you grounded when the world around you changes. Without a strong foundation, success is temporary, but when you take the time to build it properly, your success will last. Each small effort, each decision to show up, each step forward, strengthens your foundation. And over time, you'll realize that the stronger your foundation, the higher you can reach without fear of falling. The foundation is everything. The journey you're on may seem long and difficult, but every step you take brings you closer to the person you're meant to become. Starting small doesn't mean staying small. It means that you're building something lasting, something meaningful, something that will stand the test of time. Your legacy isn't built on the size of your beginning, but on your willingness to keep going, to keep showing up, and to keep building every single day. Your legacy is about more than just success. It's about who you become along the way. The wisdom, the confidence, and the strength you gain through your journey are what will carry you through the rest of your life. And when you finally reach your destination, you won't just have a story of success to tell, you'll have a story of growth, perseverance, and resilience. So, keep going. Your future doesn't care how grand your beginning was. It only cares that you started. And when your time comes, you'll be ready to embrace it, because you've built the strength to carry the weight of your success. You've built it from the ground up. And that, my friend, is what will make all the difference.